Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, Moments with God. And as I have been saying for last few days, also our moments with this beautiful nature around us. We have a few more days of this autumn season, and then it will soon be winter. Actually, the time in Europe has already changed to winter time. As you might know, there is a summer time and there is a winter time. We are already into the winter time since yesterday, Sunday, the time changed. And I hope that this changing times and changing weather and changing scene of the nature is also changing your desire, making your desire for God deeper. And you are certainly remembering the words of St. Augustine, which I sometimes have quoted. O Lord, you have made us for yourselves, and our hearts are restless until they rest in thee. And I'm sure you are seeking that rest in God. And if you like the video, you may please share it with others. Thank you. As you see, once again, I'm here in a different part of the forest, unlike yesterday, and you can see all the way on top, especially if you see how the leaves are all yellow and they are turning yellow to orange to red, and then, as I told you already, that they will soon be shedding their leaves. I love this nature, and why I have come again to this place. As you can see also, this road, it is turning somewhere. I will come to that very soon, but I would like to just tell you why I have come here today, because today the church celebrates the important feast of the two apostles, Saints Simon and Jude. And why I have chosen to come here in this forest? For two reasons. One thing is because I want to capture this beauty of the changing weather and this colorful forest. That is one reason. But the second reason is also that in this forest, if you go a little deeper into the forest here, for example, and see the varieties of trees that are here. These are not all one kinds of trees. You will find that there are varieties, like some of them are thick, some of them are thin, and if you go still deeper, you get into the darker part of the forest. You see how it is. So what does that mean? It means that in a forest like this, there are varieties of trees. Of course, there are no fruit trees here, but in a orchard you can also have variety of fruit trees. And actually, do you know that when Jesus selected his apostles, there were a variety of people amongst them. Simon the Zealot, by the way, he is not Simon Peter. Simon and Jude are two different apostles from Simon, who is known Petrus, whom Jesus gave the keys of the kingdom and keys of the church, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, etc. And on this rock I will build my church. That is Simon Peter. This is Simon the Zealot, as he is known. He belonged to the Zealot community or party. What did it mean? It means that they were very jealous, or zealous, not jealous, zealous about holding on to the Jewish law. They were very strict with the law. They studied the law, they were very strict in keeping the law. And then Jesus also has Jude Iscariot, who later betrayed Jesus, but this is another Jude. This is Jude Thaddeus, who wrote the famous epistle, a short epistle, the letter of Saint Jude. So Jesus also had Matthew, the tax collector, totally different group of people. Actually, this Simon the Zealot and Matthew the tax collector could not have got along well, because they belonged to two opposite parties. And Simon the Zealot would have been very critical of Matthew the tax collector, because he was supporting the Romans and taking more than what was required from people as taxes. But Jesus brings all these people together, varieties of characters, varieties of talents, varieties of people in his fold as his disciples and as his apostles. Because the kingdom of God, which Jesus came to establish and proclaim, requires varieties of people. Just as this beautiful forest becomes beautiful because there are varieties of trees. There is variety in nature. There are varieties of animals, there are varieties of birds, there are varieties of languages, varieties of cultures. And that variety makes the kingdom of God more beautiful and helps us to learn that even though we are different, we have to work together for the kingdom of God. We have to forget about our differences, or even if we don't forget, we have to learn to live with one another with differences. And this sometimes becomes difficult for our Christian community in parishes. There are people of different interests, there are people of different backgrounds. Similarly, also in religious houses, there are sisters or fathers or brothers coming from different language groups, from different backgrounds, and we all need to learn to live together to proclaim the kingdom of God. So that is one major reason why I want to capture these varieties of things that Jesus had. And also remember that Simon and Jude are supposed to have gone to a long way to Mesopotamia and Persia. You see, this road is taking a turn there. I don't know where it is going. Probably it is going towards Mesopotamia. Maybe I'm just imagining. And this road, for example, again is going to let's say Persia or somewhere else. What I mean is that we cannot be stuck in our own little places. We have to take into account that the kingdom of God has to be taken to far and wide places. Even if we have to go a long way, it has to be carried, and it is our responsibility. Jesus had chosen those apostles and disciples, but he chooses you and me. And lastly, what I want to say is that both Jude and Simon went to Mesopotamia and Persia. Did they know the language of that place? No. They had to learn the language. For them, more important was the kingdom of God and to proclaim that kingdom of God. So any sacrifice was not big enough. So much so that both of them were martyred. It is said that Simon was cut by saw into two, and Jude was beaten by a wooden club on his head till he died. Both of them earned martyrdom. I am sure you too are inspired to live in this variety of nature and variety of people, but keeping in mind that for us most important is the love of God that unites us all together. I wish you all the very best, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, you may please do it now. Thank you.